What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Badland Offroad. Thanks for checking back into the channel. Today we are going to be doing a first service on the Turbo R, and we've got a little surprise in the back seat here. Something you guys have been seeing on YouTube, everyone likes to have but never really can afford because they've been so expensive until Harbor Freight came up with their own design. I'm gonna get this thing unloaded off the trailer and get it into the shop. We're gonna get it lifted up since this is the first time since I got back from Harlan, Kentucky, where we went to Black Mountain Off-Road. You saw that video. We're gonna make sure everything underneath's good, square, tight, and ready for this riding season. So stay with me, guys. Get it off the trailer, get it in there. We'll get working on it. All right, guys, first order of business. We got the Razor slid in the bay here, and then we got this. I'm gonna be over there. We're gonna find some lift points or a way to lift that on the rack so I can get under it and check everything out. But first I wanna unbox this thing. I've been watching people for like 2 months unbox these. I've been dying to get one because I'm not gonna pay, what is it, $600 or $700 for an Eagle. Now these are right at $300, I believe, 3-ton. But I've always wanted one, obvious reasons. But we're gonna start putting this thing to the test. I finally got one local to me, or local enough I could pick it up. So we're gonna kind of do some putting it together, lifting up the front end of the Razor, just see how it goes on like the arms and stuff, see if it's practical or not. But either way, I'll be using it for this or for you know, our rock crawling as well. So I've just always wanted one. We're gonna see how it does. Okay, guys, you saw the little time lapse there, me opening up the box. It obviously comes mostly pre-assembled. It was packaged very nicely. I'd say a solid 9 out of 10 on that. I don't see anything out of place. All the parts look nice, nothing's beat up. Obviously you got to assemble the wheels and the actual jack assembly, or the pedestal I mean. Got a little handle here, stuff like that. So we'll get it out of here. And all right, we got the wheels put on, pretty straightforward. You got to take a little block out of here so you can move the actual jack handle itself, the mechanism. It comes with a lock right here, so whenever you want, it locks it into place for like when you're hauling it around and stuff, which is pretty neat. Next thing we're gonna put on is this guy, which holds the extensions. Gives you a couple screws to put it there. We'll see how that goes in, and it should be put together. All right, as far as installs, put togethers, assemblies, whatever you want to call it, this came out pretty good. This extension has 2 Allens, which has a nice little set here, and then goes back in there with it has a like a spring-loaded holder right there, so that's always there with you. Would be kind of hard to fall out. It could though. And then when you're not using this, you can just transfer it over here, put it in the little latch system they got. Whether you do or not, in most cases I think I'll just leave this on here. So yeah, we'll get it down here on the ground, see how it rolls, and lifts up the Razor and stuff, just for comparison, and to see people like me that have Razors and stuff. You know, it's hard to get a jack under there. This pedestal's kind of small, so we'll see, but I'm hopeful that it's tall enough, first of all, which is always the hardest part, and then to get a good hold on something so you feel safe under it if you got to do a trail repair. Guys, this this thing rolls like crazy good. I mean, I've never actually got to use a jack like this, so some of you guys might be watching this and going, man, this guy's pretty simple to have such a influence on an off-road jack, but I like it already. This is sweet. Rolls nice. Now I'm going to just stick it under here as though we just need to lift it up high enough, hopefully, to do some work under it, and we'll see if it does it. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay, but it'll get used in other scenarios. So, well, that is maxed out. It might be hard to tell, but that thing is all but off the ground. And of course, that's me just lifting it right in the middle so all the suspension travel can come down. Which, that is not necessary, but I do have another setting on this so I can go up one more. So I have no doubt if I went up the next notch, I could actually lift both rear tires off, which is a super duper increase from most regular jacks. I know this wasn't the most awesome experience with this jack yet. I haven't got to use it in real life, but just pushing around the shop, we'll use it on trucks here in the shop and things too. But overall, looks like it's gonna be a sweet addition to have around for your trailers, for your off-road stuff. I highly recommend it. Honestly, it's built really nicely. Seems super tough. I know you guys have probably been looking at reviews, like I said, of other people using them. We'll get it out on the trails in some of our videos, hopefully this year, and you'll see some more of it, but there that is. And then we're gonna go backwards here and get the oil change, the first service done on the Turbo R. All right, now it's up in the air. I'm gonna get the oil draining. On these first services, they pretty much tell you just to check everything over, and you check your air filter, replace, and then do your oil change. That's your first service. Excuse me. Got the official oil change kit from Polaris. That way my warranty's all happy, everyone's happy. Documenting it here on YouTube, of course, for any warranty stuff I may run into. And yeah. So we'll get that going. Pretty simple, straightforward. A lot of you guys have done this, but being a first service, I'm gonna check the diffs, things like that, and then we'll let it down, and that'll be it. Out she drains. Good color still. No metal shavings, nothing like that. So I'm happy. New machine, so it shouldn't, but doesn't hurt to look at it and see what you got. So we'll get it drained. The rest is pretty much history. I'm not going to really show you the oil filter. It's a pain in the butt up in there behind the seats. We'll get that out and then fill it up. I'll show you the fill up process. I think these take around 2.5, 3 quarts, something like that. I'm going to look into that for sure, but yeah, we'll show you that next. While we are waiting on the oil to drain out, got the new washer for the drain. Of course, they want you to put that on per manufacturer specs. New Polaris filter right there. 3 quarts of oil going in there. Got the rear gear case inspection plug out. Got my nice little dipstick here, zip tie. Bent it a little bit and checking it just inside. I don't know if you can see it there, but yes, it is full up to the plug, almost, not quite, but I don't have any right now, but I'm happy with it. I'm sure that's how it's supposed to be. Nice purple color, apparently that's how it is. So we're gonna check the front now and let it down. Okay, got this little booger out of there. I just did it through the side here. I have it up on the rack. I will admit, I have taken a lot of oil filters off in my day, and it is extremely weird to me why they put that where they did. It just isn't very nice, and it was super tight, but better than no leaks or having any issues, so not too upset about it. But yeah, we get this new one put on there and fill her up. Next on the list, guys, we got to get some oil put in this thing. I checked all the fluids in this. It's all topped off, good to go. Oil filters put on. I removed my sway bar links in the front. I didn't video it because I'm silly like that, but I'm gonna try running without them, see how I like the feel of it. Next up though, like I said, I got to get oil in this thing, and I have zip ties holding this cooler in. I love this cooler because it opens from both sides. Picked it up at Academy, and then you can lock it and come over here, open it from this side. So it's nice when you're out on the trail if you need a drink, but I gotta find a nice way to get some hold downs for it. I'm not really sure the best way on this particular cooler. I may have to ditch it and get a different one, Polaris one, you know, but I like how it fits in the bed. I still have a little bit of room to throw trash and things, so if anyone has any recommendations, let me know on that. But we'll get this bed enclosure taken out so we can get some oil in it. Show you how that's all done. Got the bed enclosure out. These 4 bolts hold it in. It kind of hooks underneath, so you just pull it out. Now you're to where you can get to your oil fill cap and get some oil put in it. So I'm gonna set you up here, we'll throw some oil in it, get it started, and that'll be about the end of this video. We got the oil in, we're gonna start it, let it run for a minute, and then check the oil. In case you guys don't know where your dipstick is, it's kind of on the passenger side behind your spring here. Pull it out, give it a wipe, let it sit for 30 seconds to a minute, let all the oil run back down into the case. Says we are just at the bottom hole. I put the 2 3/4 quart in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the extra quarter in there, make sure it's filled to where it needs to be. So hopefully that wraps everything up nicely for you on a first service. Pretty straightforward. If you guys haven't done it, hopefully it gave you some insight to it though. As always, guys, I appreciate you tuning into the channel, seeing what I'm up to. It's gonna be a big change coming up soon. If you're keeping up with my channel, I have a deposit down on Goldy, so I'm gonna be taking a trip to Moab. It's looking to deliver that truck. Unfortunately, but fortunately, I'm very excited and happy it's going to an awesome owner, it seems. So I'm excited to meet him. I'll obviously document it on here for you, and stay tuned for that. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.